What up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to my video of Resident Evil Revelations 2 melee moves. Now if you're impatient, I really suggest you go to the time indicated on the screen, because I tend to have a dragging speech at the beginning of my videos. Otherwise, stick around. Now the last time I did a video on melee moves was actually for the first Revelations game, so it's really fitting that my next video happens to be about the sequel. Now a little about Revelations 2. Other than being the newest Resident Evil game in the series up to date, this game really is a true sequel to the first Revelations, and you get to see some references to the latter throughout the campaign. It also has most of the perks and features that the original Revelations introduced. However, when it comes to actual gameplay, I'm positive that there's some Resident Evil 6 elements carried into this game as well. For example, when it comes to the melee moves, they brought over the follow-up attack and stealth attack. They did not carry over the counterattack or the variants of melee moves depending on where you stun the enemy. In the end, Revelations 2, although having more moves than the first, does not have that many different melee attacks. So this game having a mixture of Revelations 1 and Resident Evil 6 elements, I'm going to go about reviewing the melee moves in the same manner by combining tactics I used in both games. In Resident Evil 6, I showcased all the melee moves by melee type rather than character order, and in Revelations, I showcased the same move from 4 different angles instead of just 2 by having my player friends online perform the move 3 times. Now one thing, the charge element on melee moves is carried over from the first game, but now it's just an upgradable skill and isn't built into the game from scratch. That being said, I will not be showing the moves charged up like I did in the first game. Also, I won't be doing the moves a 5th time with my partner like in the first game because there's no special effect this time when that occurs. Alright, so enough about how I'm going to present the moves. Being a melee move review, I'm going to use online friends for partners again, and my first one happens to be someone who helped me with the first game's melee move review.
It's me, Sensei from NJ.
Yep. And for my other partner, this is his debut project. So to introduce...
Stanspring98, what up everybody?
Yep. Alright, so I introduced my friends who will help me throughout this review. Unlike the last melee move review, you're not going to see which characters or what moves they're going to do. So all you need to know is these are the 2 people who will help me throughout this review. Other than that, let's get started. Alright, so as I said earlier, I'm going to do the melee moves by melee type. So the first type I'm going to do are the basic melee moves. Now for the next melee type, the follow-up attacks. Now for the next melee type, the stealth attacks. Now for the next melee type, the escapes. Now for the next melee type, the weapon melees. Alright, there's one final melee move I have to show. It's pretty quick. I guess it's considered the only grapple breaker melee move in the entire game. But just for this one instance, Natalia is the only character who can do a grapple breaker. So here it is. And that concludes my melee move review of Resident Evil Revelations 2. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was nice to once again do a melee move video thanks to a new edition of the Resident Evil franchise. This in turn concludes the element of melee moves yet again until the next new game gets announced. Alright, so once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I give special thanks to my friends Sensei from NJ and StaunchSpring98 for helping me throughout this video, and I give extra thanks to Grons85 for helping me with Albert Wesker's melee move, since at the time, neither of my established partners were able to use him. So thank you all for participating in the video. Alright, so naturally, the next video I will make will be a weapon review for this game. And I know hundreds of you, from the moment this game was even announced, were waiting for me to make a weapon review of it. Well, it is going to be the next video. You have my word. And it shouldn't take too long to get made, at least not as long as this review did, because I already have everything I need to start the weapon review. So look forward to that. Alright, this is Shankster94, aka The Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time in Resident Evil Revelations 2 Weapons Review. Peace out!